Hi everyone, I hope you're okay, and I hope that the videos we keep uploading are helping you out. Uh, this is part two video, guys, for alkynes. Ne? I'll be just naming these compounds and obviously drawing when necessary. Okay. For the first one, whenever we name, guys, it's very important that we should number our carbons, and we must always number from the terminal which is closer to the triple bond. So this will be carbon number 1, 2, and 3. Okay, since I have 3 carbons on my parent chain, the prefix should be prop. Since the prefix is prop, I must mention where is my triple bond. My triple bond is between carbon number 1 and 2. I will always choose the lesser number between the two numbers. So 1 is less than 2, so I'll write 1 over there, and the suffix will be "-ine". Okay, over here I simply have four carbons on my parent chain, and obviously I need to number my carbons, right? I must number from the terminal which is closer to the double bond. In this case, guys, it doesn't matter whether I start counting from the left or from the right. Are you together? This will be 1, 2, 3, and 4. Since I have 4 carbons, the prefix will be but, and then between carbon number 2 and 3, I have a triple bond. I'll always choose a lesser number between the two numbers, so I'll simply say 2. The suffix is "-ine" since I'm dealing with alkynes. Okay, for this one, yes, this is the parent chain. Always start counting from the terminal which is closer to the triple bond. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Obviously, I have an addition to my alkyne at carbon number 4. I must first mention that addition. So I'll simply say this is 4-methyl. 4-methyl. The parent chain has 5 carbons, so this will be pent. Between carbon number 2 and 3, I have a triple bond, so pent 2-ine. So the IUPAC name is just 4-methyl pent 2-ine. Okay, for the fourth one, remember that, guys, always start counting from the terminal which is closer to the double bond. This will be carbon number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. You do have 3 additions over there which are the same. So whenever you write down the IUPAC name, you need to mention the additions that are there first, and those additions are called our side chains. I'll simply say 4.4.5 tri-methyl. I have 6 carbons, that's hex. Between carbon number 2 and 3, I have a double bond. I will always choose a lesser number, so 2-ine. Okay, the parent chain is the one that has a triple bond, right? So this will be carbon number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. At carbon number 3, I have 2 side chains. Carbon number 5, I also have another side chains. Since I have 4 of the same side chains, the IUPAC name over here will be 3.3.5.5 tetra methyl. The parent chain has 6 carbons, so this will be hex 1-ine. Okay, and then now let's go to compound number 6. This is my parent chain. Ooh, this will be my parent chain. Please note that, guys, you never have a side chain on the terminal carbon. So that's carbon number 1, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I do have additions at carbon number 5. I have a methyl and ethyl. Né? Whenever I mention the additions, I must always mention them in an alphabetical order. So I'll simply say at carbon number 5, I have an ethyl, and then also at carbon number 5, I have a methyl. And then the parent chain has 7 carbons, so this will be hept. And then between carbon number 3 and 4, I have a triple bond, so I'll simply write 3, and then this will be yne. Okay, and then number 7, I must always start counting from the terminal which is closer to the triple bond. This will be carbon number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I do have the substituents or the side chains or the additions at carbon number 4. I'll first mention them. That's 4.4 dimethyl. Since this compound has 5 carbons on the parent chain, the prefix will be pent. And then between carbon number 2 and 3, I have a triple bond. I'll simply write a 2 there. Okay. The 8th compound, this will be carbon number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. At carbon number 3, I have 2 additions, but obviously I need to mention them in an alphabetical order. I'll simply say 3 ethyl, and then hyphen 3 methyl. The parent chain has 5 carbons, so this will be pent 1 yne. Okay, for carbon number 9 and 10. Okay, please give me the IUPAC name of carbon number of compound 9. Please do write this one, guys, on the comment section. Eh? I'll come back and correct you. But for this one, this will be our parent chain over here. This will be our parent chain over there. And we'll obviously start counting from the terminal which is closer to the double bond, to the triple bond in this case. This will be carbon number 1, carbon 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I know that I do have additions at carbon number 2 and 6. So whenever I name this compound, I'll simply say 2.2, since I have 2 additions at carbon number 2. And then at carbon number 6, I also have an addition. This is trimethyl. The parent chain has 7 carbons, so the prefix has to be hept. The triple bond is between carbon number 3 and 4. So I'll write 3 because 3 is smaller than 4, and the suffix will be yne. That's 2.2, excuse me. It's 2.2.6 trimethyl hept 3 yne. Please don't forget to write the IUPAC name of this one on the comment section. Eh? Okay, number 11, I'm given a condensed structure. I'm supposed to draw the structural formula and then write down the IUPAC name. Ne? Okay, I simply have CH3 over there. I have a C as well as another C, and I have a CH3 at the end. Please note that, guys, your carbons should always be surrounded by 4 bonds. Are we together? We can all see that these 2 carbons are not surrounded by 4 bonds. However, they just have 2 bonds. So that means we must add another 2 bonds between those adjacent carbons. So the IUPAC name of this compound will simply be but 2 yne. Are we together? And then over here I simply have CH like this, and I have a C, another C with an H and a CH3, and then I have a CH3 like this. Please note that, guys, each and every carbon should be surrounded by 4 bonds, but I can see that these 2 carbons are not surrounded by 4 bonds, which simply means I must have 2 extra bonds there. Are we together? So whenever I number my parent chain, I should always start numbering from the carbon which is closer to the triple bond. This will be carbon number 1, 2, 3, and 4. I know that at carbon number 3, I will have a methyl, and then at carbon number 4, I'll simply not carbon number 4, not carbon number 4, but the parent chain has 4 carbons, so the prefix will be but. And then between carbon number 1 and 2, I have my triple bond, so I'll simply write 1 ine. The IUPAC name of this will be 3-methyl-but-1 ine. Okay. For number 13, I have CH3. I have a C, another C. Okay, and then this one has CH3 by 2, and then a CH3 there. Just write your hydrogens. Obviously, guys, go and check which carbons that has lesser bonds. These 2 carbons do not have 4 bonds around them. That means I must add the bonds so that they will have 4 bonds. Ne? The IUPAC name of this compound, whenever I number this thing, I should always number from the terminal which is closer to the double bond. This will be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. At carbon number 4, I have my side chains all together, and then the parent chain has 5 carbons, so this needs to be pent. And then at carbon number 2, between carbon 2 and 3, I have my triple bond, so I'll write 2 and ine over there as my suffix. So the IUPAC name will be 4.4 dimethyl pent 2 ine. Okay, now let's go to number 14. I have a CH over there, so it's a carbon with 1 hydrogen. Okay, and then I have a carbon like this, another carbon with 1 hydrogen, and CH2 and CH3 like that. I have a CH2 and a CH3. All I have to do is to write the hydrogens and go to the carbons that don't have 4 bonds around, and then add the bonds there. These 2 carbons don't have 4 bonds around them. That means we must add 2 extra bonds. So this will be carbon number 1, carbon 2, 3, 4, and 5 are together. So that's our parent chain. I know that at carbon number 3, I have my ethyl. Together, the parent chain has 5 carbons, so that's pent 1 ine. Okay, I simply have CH like this, and a C with CH3 and a CH3 there. I have a CH with a CH3 and then a CH3. Just write the hydrogens over there. Okay, I can see that these are not fully bonded, That means I must go and add extra bonds between adjacent carbons. So the IUPAC name of this compound would simply be, okay, before I write down the IUPAC name, I must number my carbons correctly. I must start numbering closer to the triple bond. This will be carbon number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Ne? So at carbon number, okay, there are 3 additions there. I know that at carbon number 3, I have 2 of them, and then I only have 1 at carbon number 4. Since I have 3 additions of the same thing, that's trimethyl. The parent chain has 5 carbons, so that's pent, and then 1 ine. Okay. I have CH3, I have a C, another C, and then CH with CH2 and CH3. Then I have a CA, a CH over there, and a CH3, and then another CH3. Okay. And obviously these 2 carbons are not fully bonded, so just go and insert the bonds there. This will be carbon number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. At carbon number 4 and carbon number 5, I do have additions over there together, but obviously since I have additions, I need to mention them in an alphabetical order. So I'll simply say this will be 4 ethyl, and then it will be 5 methyl. The parent chain has 6 carbons, that's hex. Between carbon 2 and 3, I have my triple bond, that's 2 ine. Okay, and then number 17, I have CH3, I have a C, and a CH, like this with the CH3, and then I have 2 CH3s and a CH3. I'm supposed to write the hydrogens over there. Okay, please note that, guys, these 2 carbons are not fully bonded, which simply means they have triple bonds like this. So whenever I'm numbering my carbons, I must start counting from the terminal which is closer to the triple bond. This will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then at carbon number 4 and 5, I do have additions. So this will be 4.5.5 trimethyl hex, since the parent chain has 6 carbons. Between carbon number 2 and 3, I have a triple bond, so that's 2 ine. That's 4.5.5 trimethyl hex 2 ine. Okay, then now I simply have CH3, I have CH with a CH3 over there, and then I have a CH with the CH3, and then I have a C, another C, and another CH3, like this. I can see that these 2 are not fully bonded. I must go and make sure that they are fully bonded. So whenever I start numbering, I'll start numbering from the terminal which is closer to the triple bond. This will be carbon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So my IUPAC name, I need to mention the additions first. So that's 4.5. Since I only have two of the same thing, I'll simply say dimethyl. That's dimethyl. And my parent chain has 6 carbons. That's hex. Between carbon number 2 and 3, I have a triple bond. I'll simply say 2 ine. Okay, number 19. For number 19, I simply have CH like this. I have a C. I have a C with 2 CH3s like that. And I have a C with 2 CH3s as well. And then I have a CH3. I just need to write the hydrogens over there. Okay. Obviously the first 2 carbons are not fully bonded, and then I just need to go and insert the bonds there. So this will be carbon number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 are together. At carbon number 3 and 4, I have additions. So at carbon number 3, I have 2 of them, as well as carbon number 4, I have 2 of them. So since I have 4 of the same thing, the prefix of these additions would be tetra. Tetra means 4, right? Tetramethyl. The parent chain has 5 carbons. That's pent 1 ine. Okay, and then for number 20, I have CH3. I have a C with 2 CH3s like this. Let me just write the hydrogens before I even continue. And then I have a C there, another C, a C with an H and CH3, and then a CH3. There are carbons which are not fully bonded over there, and these are the carbons. Whenever you number here, you must always start from the carbon which is closer to the triple bond. Ne? That's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, whether you start from the left or from the right, the triple bond will be between carbon number 3 and 4, right? However, the terminal from the left has more side chains than the terminal from the right. Are you together? So this will be carbon number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Whenever I name this thing, I must obviously mention the additions first. At carbon number 2, I have 2 of them, and then at carbon number 5, I only have 1. In all, I have 3 of the methyls, so I'll say trimethyl. The parent chain has 6 carbons. This will be hexane. I just lied. It cannot be hexane, guys. Ne? It's hex. Between carbon number 3 and 4, I have a triple bond, right? It's hex 3 ine. Okay, now I'm given the IUPAC name. All I have to do is to draw the structure. I have prop, which simply means the parent chain has 3 carbons, 1, 2, 3. I have a triple bond between carbon 1 and 2. All I need to do is to make sure that my carbons are fully bonded. This will be the structure for prop 1 ine. And then the parent chain has 4 carbons since the prefix is but. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Carbon number 1 has a triple bond. Okay, that means Oh, and then carbon number 3 has a side chain, CH3, like this. That's how you should draw a structural formula. Okay, all the time, guys, if you are given an IUPAC name, the first thing you should look at is your parent chain. Check how many carbons you have on your parent chain. Pent means 5. That means I have 5 carbons on my parent chain. And then between carbon number 1 and 2, I have a triple bond, like this. And then all I need to do is to make sure that this thing of mine is fully bonded. Okay, and then I'm told that at carbon number 3 and 4, I have my methyls. So this is carbon number 3 and 4. All I have to do is to write down the hydrogens. That would be the structural formula. And then over here, I also have 5 carbons on my parent chain. This will be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Carbon number 2. Okay, carbon number 2 has the side chain, has triple bond. So this is CH3. That's CH2 and CH3. Or at carbon number 4, I have my side chains. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's CH3 and CH3. All you have to do is to write down your hydrogens. Together. So your IUPAC name will simply be, the IUPAC name is given to us. These two compounds, guys, are isomers of one another. Are we together? They are structural isomers of one another. Why? They have the same molecular formula. Both of them have how many carbons? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, the yeah, both of them have 7 carbons, right? Both of them have 7 carbons, and the number of hydrogen, it has to be 12. Let me check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, they have the same molecular formula, but different structural formula. Are you together? Yeah, they are structural isomers of one another. The parent chain has 4 carbons since I've built. The first carbon has a double bond over there, and then I have 2 side chains at carbon number 3. This will be the structure of 3.3 dimethyl butane. The parent chain has 7 carbons. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Between carbon number 3 and 4, there's a triple bond. Okay. This doesn't make sense. I think that was supposed to be over there. Please note that, guys, these questions, they come straight from my head. I will obviously make mistakes, né? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, instead of writing 4 there, please substitute with the 5 instead of a 4. Substitute with a 5. Okay. At carbon number 2, I have my 2 side chains over there, and then just write the hydrogens. So this would be the structure of 5-ethyl 2.2.5 trimethyl hept 3-ine. Okay, and then for number 27, the parent chain has 7 carbons. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then I have my triple bond over there. And then at carbon number 4, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay, at carbon number 4, I have my ethyl 1, 2, 3, 4. As well as carbon number 5. Okay, and then carbon number 4 as well. There's another side chain, which is a methyl, and carbon number 6 as well. All you have to do is to write your hydrogens. And this would be the structure of 4.5 diethyl and then 4.6 dimethyl hept 2-ine. Okay, for number 28, the parent chain has 6 carbons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Between 3 and 4, there's a triple bond, and then 2.2 trimethyl, and then at carbon number 5 I also have a methyl there. This will be the structure of 2.2.5 trimethyl hex 3-ine. Your structure would be like this. And then for the last one, the parent chain have 7 carbons, since I've helped over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. At carbon number 2, between 2 and 3, I have my triple bond. So all I have to do is to just fully bond the other carbons. At carbon number 4, I have my 2 side chains. At carbon number 5, another side chain. Carbon number 6, another side chain. Just write the hydrogens over there. So this will be the structure of 4.4.5.6 tetramethyl hept 2-ine. The structure should be like this, né? And obviously this is your parent chain. And then for the last one, the parent chain has 6 carbons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have a triple bond at carbon number 1, and then 1, 2. At carbon number 4, I have an ethyl like this. And then at carbon number 3, I have my methyls like this. All I have to do is to just draw the hydrogens, but all this would be the structure of 4-ethyl 3.3 dimethyl hex 1-ine. that's how, guys, we deal with alkynes. I really hope that, guys, the videos are helping you. I know that I've covered everything with regards to alkynes. If there are things you're not sure about, please do ask. I'll definitely come back and assist you. Bye bye.